Ah! Ah! That was really stupid. Let's go to Yoshi's house. Trying to do the Duke Nukem fall sound definitely didn't work. The cow wishes you good luck. Oh, thank you, cow. Haven't seen a cow in Mario World since I played Moo World. That was a long time ago. .net. What? Alright, well that didn't work. I see now. Okay, this is cool. Have I Why would you give me a retry door to right there? I guess if I cared about the Dragon Coins enough. Have I installed .NET? Yes, on Windows. Many of the other Windows. No, on Windows 98, bizarrely enough. It's kind of hard to come by on Windows 98. Especially versions outside of 1. And 1.4 was never that great. Like, really, .NET took off once they added proper generic support. Like, it was still better than doing stuff via Visual Basic, but... Can you spin jump off these? No, you can't. What am I... Oh, wait. No, you can't you can't regular jump on green fish. I am proving that I know nothing. I guess I could jump over there. That's what's supposed to happen. Yeah, funny enough, talking about ICFP, we still use C#. Not because any of us actually really use it or are deeply in love with it at this point, but more because we used to spend so much time arguing about language use, and C# basically solved the problem. Oh, those aren't killer blocks. Those fish are going to pose an issue, aren't they? Where did the platform go? But yeah, usually anything we do ends up involving some amount of Python, usually for data parsing. Mostly for data collection if we're given access to useful scoreboard information. Like last year I ended up writing up our scoreboard just for us. One that also like highlighted other teams and how they were doing and things like that. Very much a, I'm awake enough to do this, so may as well, kind of thing. Surprised how much you can overlap those fish. And then C# for the bulk of the project. Not crazy about this music. Yeah, we never actually considered like using F# or something else. I don't know, what else is in there now? Wasn't there one that started with an M that people really liked? We could technically use VB.net, but we're totally not going to do that. Mostly because I don't think any of us have touched VB since VB6. In fact, the person with the most Visual Basic experience would be my brother, who actually managed to sell a product written in Visual Basic back when he was a teenager. Not to too many people, unfortunately. I helped test it, so I got like $2. And by test, I mean I just kind of jammed on things for a bit. It wasn't important testing, but it was pleasant to do. A tool for realtors. Before spreadsheets became even more common, I suspect. Okay. The Bundy fish. Okay, it's better to be a little higher up than lower down there. One of those projects I have on the back burner, I've had on the back burner for several years, is reverse engineering a Visual Basic game to see if I can actually beat it. Because it wasn't actually beatable before. What? Where did my tile go? It was sort of a big old collaborative mess, and it died before anyone actually, I think, legitimately beat it. I think some people cheat engined their way to success, which, you know, that's fair. But I would like to legitimately beat it, and I have the computing power to do so now. We need to manufacture a lot of URLs and check certain things. It could be a fun stream, beating that game properly. I wouldn't say it was obscure, but, like, it definitely wasn't one of the most popular things ever. I found it in Yahoo categories. That's how old this is. It was, like, software downloadable free games or something. It was, like, games shareware and claimed to be kind of like Pokemon. And I'm like, you know, I kind of like Pokemon. Why not? It's one of those things where, like, there were a lot of good ideas and a lot of weird ideas, and even now the whole thing doesn't actually work. Part of it relied upon a server that doesn't exist anymore, but thinking about it, it's one of those, like, well, if I reverse engineer part of it, I can reverse engineer other parts. And it respects proxies, because it's built in Visual Basic. The beautiful thing about Visual Basic is, like, if you're going to use the Visual Basic forms of APIs, they're all going to respect the Windows options properly. So, like, if you set up a proxy, it's going to respect the proxy. It's going to use hosts properly, all that jazz. I think this is a level where, like, the spawn order is tricky. Let me stop doing that. I guess I don't really care that much about the Dragon Coin. But yeah, a lot of what's going to make this difficult or easy is going to depend upon how I've spawned things in. Whether I spawn them early or late. Or at all. Big money, no Emmys. I think I could probably do that one with a little more leeway than I'm giving it. Yeah, it'd be cool to actually finish that project. I did install Ghidra a little while ago. I want to see if there's anything good for decompiling VB stuff in Ghidra. I suspect the answer is by now, yes. How do I do that part? Oh, what's up, Nico? How you doing? It's unfortunate, but the ice cream machine is always broken. It's just the nature of ice cream machines. Also, the winged platform. I'm just not certain how to get it to spawn. Not near McDonald's? Nope, never. Just not a thing that happens. Nope, no scrolling for me. Feel I need to, like, have this be going outward. There we go. It's too late. That part is silly. I do not care about Dragon Coins. I'm going to stop doing that. In the coffee machine in the middle of the day? Huh. I'm gonna assume that's bad. because that delays people getting their coffee. Oh, coffee in the middle of the day, you know, I guess I could see it. Very much one of those, if you have time to do it, sorts of things. Sounds like that one Kid Rock song. Which was a very silly song. Dang it. There we go. It's amusing to me that there is even a retry door there at all, especially given it doesn't put you back where you started. Maybe 37 was a poor choice. A little bit longer. It almost worked. Stupid fish. Interesting. Oh, I'm making this way harder than it needs to be. Watch. Okay, I take it back. I made it about as hard. Oh, it produced an infinite amount because of that, huh? I guess it's technically a useful cheese. Interesting. Oh boy. It in fact works. Why is it even an emoji? They denied traffic cone and we got repeat single button? Like, what does that even mean, repeat single button? Oh god. No, it's not shutting down. That bot usually works. Occasionally runs into weird encoding issues. Periodically. That beat, though, it's on fire. And Miku does a good job. Yeah, she does a good job on things that kind of are rhythmic. I've had a few. There was a one way back. Oh god, when was it? What was I playing? Like New Super Mario Bros. In Super Mario World. And someone had a TTS and Miku did it and it was just awesome. I think the congratulations button has problems, but I'm not sure. Something about that. Never mind. Oh, come on. That's when Miku can just take over for a minute for me. I don't have to talk at all. Dang it. There we go. Yeah, sometimes she'll miss the last word, and I'm not sure why, but we're not replaying that one. Trying to figure out why I'm getting the bad fish spawn. Not sure if the reward TTS didn't go through. What is this? No. Oh god, why? Bending down to get $1 hurting his back. Recycling symbol, indeed. How you doing, Milgrips? Yeah, I think there probably was an encoding problem and it probably crashed somewhere. And I just missed everything, so I have to go back to the beginning. But yeah. I ran that earlier with another thing. Dill was trying something and it didn't work, and I didn't get around debugging it. Put on the list for tomorrow. Got time to do that kind of thing. But yeah, she doesn't deal well with things that don't encode well into ShiftGIS. And so sometimes she'll just give up. Because this is an old version of Miku. It's like Vocaloid 2 or something. Why am I getting that? I can't work with the single tile fish. It just realized it was a dick. Yup. I realized it too. It was too late to do anything about it. There we go. Oh, that's much nicer than the last few ones I've gotten. Only shows up on mobile because Windows censored it. Mac OS didn't censor it. Alright, cool. What? I didn't understand what it wanted me to do. Does it miss it? You get a refund? You get the knowledge that it didn't work. The only reason I can't give you a refund is I never clear out the requests queue, and therefore it will take me about 5 minutes to page through. Yeah, that also didn't work. Maybe I changed something when I refactored Miku last. I did a small refactoring to add support for the bad GTS, which I haven't used since April Fool's Day, really. Wish that didn't keep happening. All the time spent censoring dicks. I think my favorite story about that was they were building the Toontown Online game for Disney. And we're like, well, we need to let kids communicate with each other, but we definitely don't want them being able to say anything profane. And so they limited their specific vocabulary. And it still didn't work. They put it in front of a 15-year-old, and within a minute he managed to figure out a way to make a relatively profane sentence out of the fragments they were given. I remember reading that somewhere in like Gamma Sutra, back when Gamma Sutra still existed. Okay, all of my strategies no longer work. Getting rather annoyed about the... That's even worse! They're almost on top of each other! What is this nonsense? Like, I keep getting better at what I'm doing, but it makes everything else worse. Thought waiting here could work. Nope. Now the fish are on top of each other. Even saw it there. But usually when I come into an encoding issue, what's supposed to happen is Miku's supposed to say, Miku, don't play that. But clearly it's busted. Aren't spawn issues great? Yep. I mean, at this point, I'm vaguely tempted to just turn on cheats and swim forward a bit to see what else is there. Because, like, I am getting tired of doing this section and failing it because of the spawn issue. This is already a fairly long segment. It's already a bit fiddly. Alright, gotta focus. Missed. Depends on what they say. There's no part where I can stop and read chat in this, because everything is on a global timer. Alright, that works. See, this is almost more of a Kaizo level in how it's formed. It's all very precise, and there's supposed to be one way of doing it. Actually, this is the one spot I can stand and read. Depends on what they say. If your kid would do a dick joke, wouldn't think it's going to be ruin them. Being an asshole online insulting definitely shouldn't be a thing. Though denying people words will just make them more creative and insulting. Yeah. I mean, there are some venues where people can and kind of should be, honestly, should be dicks online. But they should be, you know, relegated to places where people want that kind of behavior. Something, 4chan. And guess Call of Duty lobbies or whatever. Because some people really do enjoy indulging in the smack talk. But yes, they'll just get more creative, it's true. That's better. Like I said with the Toontown thing. You give a 15-year-old a few minutes. Like, that has really irritating spawn issues. Okay. What am I looking at? Call of Duty lobbies form sentences unheard by Satan himself. Yep. Yep. I don't play Call of Duty. I mean, I don't even know if it's a troll. Like, I just don't understand what I'm seeing. At this point, I don't understand what they're trying to do there. Like, fish appear to be the ends of vines, right? We assume that's how this is set up with, like, nets and stuff. We assume these are basically vines. It doesn't matter what tile it is. It behaves as if vine. Play X Defiant. Yeah, I haven't played any online shooter type games except for, like, a little bit of TF2 in quite some time. I was looking, because I played Halo 4 with my friend the other day. We're doing just the co-op mission, doing the co-op campaign of most of the Halo games, at least all the ones I own. Some of which I never played. I bought Halo 4, never played it. Probably should have earlier, but whatever. Oh, come on. But I used to play Halo 3 quite a bit when it was still relevant. I was very disappointed to find out that the stats had gone away like 3 years ago. Because Bungie.net stats were just awesome. Oh, great. The fish are stuck together again. Everything after Halo 3 is probably not worth playing. I mean, I liked Reach. I liked ODST well enough. Those were fine. Halo 4 has been fun, though neither of us understand what the hell's going on story-wise. Basically, Master Chief exists now, and there are red things, and they want to kill Master Chief and or the universe. I don't really know. To be honest, I never played Halo for the story. There's some games I could tell you the story of in its entirety, but Halo is not one of them. But it's more of just a thing to do. We were playing adventure games before we decided to do Halo. And I think after The Dig, he was a bit burned out. To be honest, The Dig just isn't very good. But he's solid, these are solid. Okay, I know... Do I know what to do? I don't think I know what to do there. The problem is LucasArts is really good at making funny adventure games, but was never really good at making serious adventure games. Though admittedly, I've never played the Indiana Jones ones, so I can't speak to whether or not those are any good. But Indiana Jones is also kind of a bit of a farce. Not quite Monkey Island level farce. But certainly more than most of the Sierra games from that era. Certainly more than Myst. Everything after Halo 4? Ah, okay. Yeah, 4's been okay so far. I wouldn't say it's been great, but it's been okay. The plot is definitely confounding. The cutscenes look nice. Okay, so what I think it wants me to do is get the shell. But once I get the shell, the blocks will have already been eaten. So how do I get the shell back over there? Everything after Halo 4, watch videos on how they changed and didn't play them yourself. From what you've seen, they tried to Call of Duty-ify it, and it didn't work. Halo Infinite is so fast-paced. Oh, ew. You know, funny enough, I had this kind of gripe way back in the day with Unreal Tournament and Unreal Tournament 2K4, back when people were still doing that. Because I thought the 2K4 was just too fast. I really liked Unreal Tournament, and playing that with people, but like, you take 2K4, I'm like, oh, this is really fast. I'd like to play Unreal Tournament again, that was fun. Maybe I'll install it on the Windows 98 machine and take a nostalgia trip. Why can't I do this? Why can't I get these fish to spawn consistently? Feels so good about that jump. Is that a real question? You know, if you have an answer, please. It would increase the number of real attempts I have by a fair margin if I could get the fish to spawn correctly. Which is an actually hilarious statement. I think the real answer is I'm not hanging on to the net long enough. Like, I'm getting on the net and getting right off. These fish have never hurt me before. And so the head fish isn't getting out far enough, maybe? Try not walking past the door. Fish spawns about a tile or two after that. Okay, I'll try that. Okay, I still need to jump off earlier than that, but the point is made. Gotta level up. Oh. What was I talking about anyway? Oh, I guess Halo. Yeah, just kind of sad all that stuff went away. I had a really good screenshot of me, quite literally driving a ghost through someone who was trying to splazer me. It was a thing of beauty. I won that exchange, too. He didn't. Also, I missed the stats, because, like, my stats were, you know, they're pretty standard. assault rifle, because on every map in existence you spawn with the assault rifle. So you kill a lot of people with the assault rifle. And then melee, because frequently when the assault rifle needs reloading, it's just better to attack people with your fists. And then finally, I got a lot of splats with ghosts. Even now is one of my favorite ways to kill it. Kill people. When we're playing together on any Halo, I still try to get a ghost and splat things, or even try to splat things with warthogs. I'm not a great warthog driver, but I do... No, okay, I think that's causing these fish to spawn late, which is going to make my life worse. I think the strat is not actually going to work, fortunately. At least the way you've suggested it. Maybe walk past the door. No, those fish there. Walk until the door? Yeah, I think that might be smart. Doesn't make any sense. Call of Duty is on an annual series for $80 with microtransactions and season pass. So it's a life service game with free-to-play microtransactions, which is $80, and then ends its life cycle within a year. What happened to COD? I mean, money. Then Battle Pass, not Season Pass. Has a Season Pass too. Yeah, once they realized they could charge people for horse armor, it all was over. I certainly didn't help things. I bought a lot of hats from TF2. Well, not hats, but like boxes for hat gambling. I think you're right. Walk to the door, but not past it. At that point, buy a real horse. Real horses are expensive. I saw the Kentucky Derby. I know about horse. No, I really don't know anything about horses. I'm gonna reset the entire thing. People put more money in. Yeah. I mean, that was Zynga's entire model. And in fact, an awful lot of companies' entire model is there's the 10% of players who will actually give us real money for things. Yeah, that's really good. Thank you for the advice, Milgrips. And so we should really focus on exploiting the 10%. And this is true for a shocking number of industries, including but not limited to the liquor industry. Most people don't drink that much. But those that do... Yeah, it's a perpetual cost. You don't just have to have the sunk cost of buying the horse. You also have to stable them, feed them, horse doctor them. I don't know. They are not cheap animals. Used to work down the street from the Zynga building. Probably the smartest thing they ever did was buy that building during when people still wanted real estate in San Francisco. But now, not such a hot investment property. Though I hear that apparently there is someone who's moved into the building recently. So maybe San Francisco is healing. The liquid industry tends not to be very solid. You're not wrong. There's a lot of solid parts, though. Like I've been to a few distilleries in my time, and they are full of very solid things. Frequently, very solid people too. I think I'm reaching my point with this. Unless, like, this is a level where holding items means you're underwater, I have no idea how this next part could work. Ironically, the way I would test this is by... Do this right. Is by turning on water first, but that doesn't help us. And I've lost consistency to this point now. Like, otherwise, I see no way to get past that spot there. Way too late. But yeah, this is very much a Kaizo level in how it's set up. You absolutely need to go the way it's intended, or else the spawns don't work. I guess the other thing that's... Oh, come on.
I am a pretty Japanese sounding TTS and I can the sound device so kill his peps than 0 points and me once again.
I'm always happy when people are spending points. No, this worked. This worked well enough. Worked weird, but it worked well enough. That looks good. But try to make itself worse with cutoff. I mean, this is QLDC, so it just makes sense that it's going to... Oftentimes people leaned into QLDC means level looks bad, plays weird. Kind of glad that the more modern QLDCs have leaned into the idea... Have leaned into the idea of just making kind of... It's not chocolate level design contest, but weird. I'd say both the 72-hour one and the 2023 one. God, there've been a lot of them now, haven't there? And then Quack Jam. I guess Quack Jam, mostly people just leaned into weird chocolate stuff. Mostly. Wow. That's a very long fence. As opposed to, like, cutoff and everything. It's kind of just all been done now. There were a couple levels where there was weirdness there with map 16 nonsense and whatnot, but I think that particular fad, with regards to how it works with QLDC, is over. Level looks like it. Well, the thing is it's a level creator I don't really know the name of. I suspect this might only be the one level they've made. Like, because this was in 2021. There were an awful... Make a floating muncher level. Ironically, that was one of the ones I played more recently. It was a level whose entire shtick was, you say no floating munchers, so I'm just going to use floating munchers everywhere. And that was the entirety of it. It wasn't great, but it was funny for the 5 minutes it lasted. It didn't outstay its welcome by any means. But yeah, this is a creator I just don't know. I don't know why I'm missing up the bounces. Let's see if we can learn anything about him really quick. It's... Freitasth. There we go. Oh no, floating munchers, that would actually be cool. No, this person... wrote a block. Huh. That's more than I was expecting, honestly. But yeah, they haven't been seen in a while. Apparently they're working on a collab thing at some point. What do they write on the block? Oh, it's a treasure chest for Mario. You open it and something pops out. Technically, I'm a creator, you don't know? That is true, actually. I haven't actually spent that much time in Lunar Magic, believe it or not. So... I don't actually have that much to my name. There's a couple contests I've wanted to enter using, like, to do stupid things, and I have an idea for, like, next QLDC. But in all honesty, it won't be much Lunar Magic level design, it'll be something very silly. Assuming I don't get tapped to judge it. Which I like doing, I enjoy it, I'm gonna play it anyway, so may as well get something out of it. There we go. But I have a couple ideas for silly things. I just need to sit down and figure out the tech for it. Oh wait, no, I did make a hack. I forgot about that. It does sound dumb to say I forgot a hack, that I made a hack, but so you can complain about the cutoff and stuff reminded me that yes, in fact, I did make That was it. Oh, God. Got lucky there. There better be a midway or something. I guess there was a midway or something. So yeah, I did make a hack. I made a hack for my nephew. And it was a little thing for the Christmas hunt, which is a thing we do many, many years. I made this in 2019. And yeah, it has cutoff and problems. And so as a joke for C3 a couple years ago? Was it a year ago? But yeah, as a joke for C3, I moderated my own hack. And of course it's bad. It's the first hack I made. Meant like, as I never can meet you in real life. Never met you in real life. Your creator of most of the chat doesn't know that. That's true, actually. I'll be new walls. Okay, so Christmas on, like, just a thing we do is Christmas Eve. Everyone writes a small hunt for someone else in our family. We used to do this as children, and it kept going. Start with a small riddle, so you basically like a riddle that would lead you to the refrigerator or the dryer or something else. I don't want to do this level anymore. And it evolved into a bunch of other types of things. So for my nephew, I made one that was much more puzzly. And so I made a hack, and he also had to beat the levels. So basically the first level was a 105 edit, which had graphical corruption. And then there was another level you could get soft locked in because I didn't even think about, you know, if you used the 2 shells you're supposed to use for the double shell jump, it bricks you into the level. You're technically not soft locked because there is a way out, but it's dumb. It's a fun tradition. Yeah, I haven't done it in a few years because the subset of people who need to be around for it to happen have not all been in the same place. It's closer. Oh, I'm on a timer. Ever have kids of your own? You might that. Oh, please do. It was my father's idea. It used to be riddles and stuff because he was a big Tolkien guy. Thought the riddles were fun. And of course, his little kids would want to do it over and over, even though, you know, I'm doing this the hard way. Even though we already know the answer, right? Just something little kids love doing. So yeah, what was it? How did that work out? I started off with a trivial, quote-unquote, puzzle that he had to do, which was just, like, find the answer, or unlock my computer. So I changed my computer's password to, like, some number, and gave him some Roman numerals to decode, which he'd been doing he'd been doing a unit on Roman history, so it was kind of a good one. And then he got into the game, wherein he learned the most important part of Mario was holding the run button. It was surprisingly hard to get him to do this. Got his mom repeating it to him and everything. And then the next part was, he got into that level and was told he had to find a rainbow trout. And there was, because we did this at my mother's place, there was a rainbow trout pillow that I had stitched up when I took home ec class way back in the day, and that had a nonogram on it, which wasn't very good. I admit the nonogram was probably the worst thing, which told him to call my aunt, or not to call my aunt, to call my sister, who is his aunt. She wasn't there that year, and I basically told her to be annoying on the phone and then give him this piece of advice that would let him get past the level. Because the level itself was basically empty. It had a bunch of berries and nothing else. There we go. And the joke was, and then there was a wall at the end. I totally stole this from Moggs. But there was a joke at the end, which was basically, well, you can either do this or learn how to do a double shell jump. Here's a URL to Defy by Default's video on how to do a double shell jump. To his credit, he did look at the video for a few minutes and decided that solving the puzzle was less awful. But still. And of course the advice was you need to hit a specific berry. I'd made a custom block. That was my, like, one thing that I did that was pretty good, was I made a custom block that was a berry that when hit would yield a P-switch, so you could get past the double P-switch, double shell jump thing. And then there were a few more levels, and then he had to solve a puzzle based upon the level names, which I think was a pretty simple puzzle, but I'm not going to spoil it. Yeah, that didn't work the way it was supposed to. Grab the Yoshi coin once. You know, it's true. I could grab the Yoshi coin here for free. And that led to another puzzle, and that led to another puzzle. I think that basically at the end there was like one more... Oh yeah, I put up one really good puzzle. There was one puzzle I wrote that was actually pretty decent. An awful lot of these are not... An awful lot of the Christmas Hunt puzzles aren't great, because I'm under a severe time pressure, but this one was actually kind of fun. It's actually... I didn't do it fast enough, got it. Actually published on my website, I forgot about that. See if I can find it. I think people would enjoy it. Where did I put that? I could use a short handbrake to read the rest of this. Another fellow German. Made Labyrinth Sweets. Oh, that's fun. Made one weeks ago. 26, 24. Well, that's adorable. I like it. Call it... what is that? I don't know what that is. Being the German word for hunt. I can kind of see it. I'll be a family member, piece of paper, and say, this is for later. Keep it. Don't open it yet. And the last tip was at the end. The end is where you don't expect it, and that was the first piece of paper. That's cute. Schnitzel is the name of the part of the animal the meat is from. Huh. The breaded variant is Wiener Schnitzel, and there are other ones you can make with the meat, like Jaeger Schnitzel or Nutri Schnitzel. Huh. I did not know that. Wiener is a different food. It's a sausage. Yes. All sausages kind of do. Because it does these in order. It always makes it difficult. There we go. 19 Christmas Hunt. There we go. Oh, puzzle.html. I should have guessed it. There you go. There's the puzzle. It's mostly solvable by people. Mostly. There were like a couple of not great choices. I probably could have subbed them out for something. And there was another one where it's sort of an ambiguous category. But I think it's fine. Call Frankfurter. So Wiener's the bread variant of Schnitzel. Huh. When I think of Frankenfurter, I think of Dr. Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, i.e. Tim Curry. I'm so glad I figured out you don't do this part by shell riding. The thing about it is, it's an awful lot of this that would be better if it just wasn't so tight. Like, there's no reason for this area right here to be like this weird 4-tile area. Making it 1 tile higher wouldn't make it any better. Wouldn't make it any worse. Alright, so what am I looking at here? I don't think these are death. Oh, I needed the fish still. I didn't even realize he was there. Alright, so get the P-switch and then I can get these. And of course, there's one that erases the Yoshi coin. That's cute. Does every answer start with a digit? No, I do not believe so. That's... Why can't everyone just go back to Ooga Booga language? German is the 4 words from Berliner, so specific. I think the funny thing about that, honestly, is that the Romans considered German, at least early German, to be a ridiculous Ooga Booga language. And in fact, the reason why they were called barbarians was because that was the sounds they made. It sounded like they were going bar, bar, bar. Which is also, I think, why that Barbar the elephant is called that. But that one I have less historical precedent for. Yeah, that's a case where going slower actually worked out better. But now I remember the answers for most of these. I don't think any of them are... There's at least one that's a bit tricky, but since you know that I'm the person who produced it, that one's not that hard. It won't be that hard. Oh, I went too fast. If and you want to solve it. I'll have to catch up with chat in a minute. Speaking of Frankenfurters. One concession is that is a flat one, not a wide one. It's a small donut filled with jelly. Donut without hole filled with jelly. Jelly donut is a way better name. Talk about wiener. We never talk about what you call wiener. You bar James. I mean, there is no reason, but you know. My favorite mob, Pokey. Simple as. Pokey's just adorable. Frequently used for funny setups. Missed it. But yeah, Pokey's fun. I do also have a soft spot for Rip Van Winklefish. But Pokey. Feel it might be a pedestrian answer, but I'm okay. Small ghost Yoshi thing. I forget what it's called, like an Eerie. Yeah, it's the Eerie. It looks weird and bobs up and down. It's a fun critter. Also used to great effect in many hacks. Right, let's actually focus on what I'm doing and not think about puzzles. Like, see, that just is mean. If that was one tile lower, it'd just be better. The dinos you can hop on twice. Oh, those are fun. It's the goal orb. Like, I get what the setup here wants to be, but, like, if you're gonna have that, like, one brick of freedom, you may as well give people something a little bit nicer. You're done making because you spent, like, 20 hours on it. That's fair. I mean, the goal orb also has just fun characteristics. Like, locking you in place if you are in a vertical level, whereas you still walk off if you're not. And people have made so many fun end-of-level trolls with such things. Certainly seen a few, like, you need to be smart here level endings. There we go. Whew. I don't care about that dragon coin. Got the midway. Got the dragon coin. Okay. I get what's going on here. They find something with space in specific spots and you can't understand. I don't know either. I definitely think it's intentional. Definitely need to move faster there. It's like, I definitely found myself messing up in a predictable way, and I think that was what they were intending. What? Asshole Mario is the re-upload name? Oh, I missed the first sentence that would make. Oh, I need to get that before the netfish goes away. Oh god. First Kaizo Mario hack was made for a friend called Asshole Mario. Yeah, Kaizo just means rearrange. Imagine coming up with something asshole in the name and shaping a genre. Yeah, everyone, when they uploaded that, called it like Asshole Mario, but yeah, definitely not. Not no more. Okay, that was salvageable. Up until the point where it wasn't. Watch them too much, they're horrible. I mean, they're progenitors of a genre. They're different. They're very different. There's definitely some things I like about the first Kaizo. Thing. What I find really fascinating are sort of like other weird, older remixed things like that. Like there was one on Nico Video that I found where this guy had made this sort of hilarious trolly Donkey Kong Country. Actually made a set of them. A set of Donkey Kong Country hacks. And they were really trolly. For instance, I think every time you collected a G or a K, I forget which, it always killed you. All sorts of weird nonsense this dude just figured out the engine would work with. Some strange scrolls and things. It's like, Donkey Kong Country hacking is not as conveniently advanced. And I don't think he was doing any, like, of his own ASM work. I was holding up. So who knows with random Japanese people. Kaizo 3 is absurdly hard, yes. Maybe different, especially with the original exclusion. Things like fast retry, yeah. Mario with 5 lives and no retry, that'd be gross, yeah. The Rift series also done fast retry, but came out after fast retries, I think. Well, I think fast retry became a thing when Jump came out, if I'm not mistaken. And that would have been about 15. I mean, Kaizo 3 Bowser is kind of a big meme. And whenever we say edge of humanly possible, people keep getting better at this dang game. Like, I want to say item abuse, at least one of them has been beaten by somebody. Well, speaking of stupid challenge things, I was reading just the other day that, and watching, I suppose, Bismuth put out a video on it, that someone had RTA'd a Super Mario 64 No A Button Challenge run. Which, of course, included the, like, 82 hours of waiting for the platform to move upward because he was playing on the Wii VC. Yeah, that Bowser's rough. But people really love... I think some people have beaten the Bowser with, like, an NES mouse. Or SNES mouse. Vaguely remember that being, like, a D to the 4th project at some point. I think that was, like, one of those GDQ things. Like, haha, funny hacking. Come on. Yeah, we have much harder Kaizo hacks now. Like Casio Mario, you compare Casio Mario to like Kaizo 3, and I suspect Casio comes out on top. Though Casio is probably easier in some ways. Better signaling. Easier to read things rather than being... Like, we have conventions now. Why can't I grab that? Not to mention there's been big changes where... The vinyl Kaizo 3. I haven't seen enough of Kaizo 3 to say about that. Yeah, we have conventions now. And that makes a lot of changes. Omega Fennel. I have technically beaten Omega Fennel. I use the word technically because it really doesn't matter. I can't really claim that to be any great victory. Oh god. Wait. Well, maybe this will still work. Yeah, maybe that's good enough. No. It honestly can name a hack that might get you to agree that it is arguably worse than Kaizo 3. Responsible World. I don't remember Responsible World. There's so many Kaizo hacks. So many. I missed it. That is true. Also, like, the hacks do get nerfed over time. I think GPW 2 got some significant nerfs afterwards. VIP 5, which was developed in 2008-2011, had one level custom retry. I didn't know that. Jump Medusa's Lair KLDC by World Peace 2015 had a prototype retry system, which was then released in 2016. B-Side by Anonymous Bloodlust from 2012 had custom fast retry that just reloaded the sublevel on death, and was affected by the 255 warp glitch. Huh. Today I learned. I didn't know VIP had that. I've never played any of the VIP series, like, at all. One of those things I probably should do, given how much I like weird Japanese things, especially relating to Japanese message boards. Eldorado? I think I played Eldorado. Is it only? It's one that has like 5 levels, right? What was Road to Eldorado? Played one of them. I've watched a substantial amount of another one. I beat one of them. Yeah. Oh god, I hate this. Still all these one-tile nets. And severe time limits. I swear to god, I'm hitting the buttons to do things. Very narrow time limits. And then sometimes it just won't let me go up. Probably because I'm actually against the wall and that's not within the tile spot. Favorite hack is probably Mario's Amazing Adventure. That was my favorite hack. Probably one of the jumps. Probably jump half. Pit of Eternal Darkness. Always forget what hack it is. There's one hack you like a lot with only one level you remember where the butts are farting, shooting shells. Oh, that is Aerobam's hack. Unless you're talking about Super Butt World, which is a different thing. Or Super Fart World, whatever it's called. That was Super... What is that name of it? Like Ultra Kaizo World 2 or something. Yeah, that's Ultra Kaizo World 2. As a tribute to Butt World, or Fart World, which was actually apparently a good hack, but people didn't really want to run because it was just one extended fart joke. It's dumb. But I understand it to be a pretty decent hack. There we go. And set up well for it. Right, Fisher passed it. These work. Alright, I'm getting closer. Orca, yeah, I think it was Orca. Yeah, Orca was playing that a lot. I haven't actually watched Orca in a while. Jump can go fuck itself. Jump so hard it made you cry. I mean, there are parts of it that are really, really hard. There's other parts that are just fun. Basically, any level not made by Yolpi. Most of Yolpi's levels are unpleasantly difficult for various reasons. He has an aesthetic that he kind of holds to. Not a player, just spectator. Oh yeah, there's plenty of things where I'm like, I love this as a spectator, but I would never want to play this again. Like, I'm a big fan of watching people play Sunshine. Mario Sunshine's a fun game to watch. Do I ever want to play it again? No. Absolutely not. Nice you get 2 chances there. But, like, this is a time waste. We've already done this bit. I need to jump off that. I can't just trust it. No longer subbed. Oh, a pipe fail, yeah. Two-way with Kaizo, yeah. Like, I think one of my favorite things to watch on Twitch, period, and honestly, I don't get to watch it. I probably can't actually catch up on the bingo set, is when they do the lockout bingos for Sunshine, because Sunshine's just such a weird game in terms of how it's structured. There's so many ways to get to places early. There's opportunities to acquire things early. Like, it's just a weird game, because it was in that sort of period where they just assumed that, like, oh yeah, as long as we make it hard for players to get to it, they won't get touch that random sprite over there. There we go. Don't care. Oh, that was a level that wore out its welcome. There were good ideas, but just some of the tricks just needed to be a little more lenient. It would have been more fun. But yeah, that was a long-ass level. GG. Used to watch more English Kaizo scene people, but now it's only 2, and Pat's in the German scene. I mean, the German scene's big, as far as I understand. They've got their own, like, Kaizo races and things. Like, it's an area I'm curious about, but don't know anything about. But yeah, that level was long and might hurt my hand.